All right. Welcome back to As You Should. We're going to get right into it. Alex, what's your micro manifesto of the week?
It's probably it's a lot less deep than all the rest of them have been.
Perfect.
It's about dinner. Every
Okay.
single night, we gather as a nation, we gather as a family, and we pretend like it's new. What's for dinner? Like there's going to be some magical new freaking option that nobody's ever thought of. And they're pretending like we didn't do this yesterday and we're not going to do it tomorrow. And like we haven't done it every day since the day we were born. I don't want a meal plan. I don't want to be the one in charge of figuring it all out. I just want someone to give me a solution that works for everybody in my family. So it doesn't feel like dinner is like nourishment anymore. It feels like a psychological endurance sport for me, at least. So
It really does.
because by that point in the night, like everyone's made so many decisions throughout the day. No one's actually hungry or knows that they're hungry. They're just in their feels. They're bored and emotionally curious, maybe. And I have to figure it out. I have to become the, CEO, COO, CFO of dinner every night. Like I am, is it all healthy enough? Is it good enough? Are we getting all the right nutrients? Are we just going to order something from DoorDash because I don't have it in me? Or am I a short order cook and everyone's getting what they want because I don't want to argue with anybody? So, because one of
Right.
them inevitably doesn't want chicken, one of them doesn't want noodles, one of them doesn't want tacos. They don't want what we had last night. They don't want what had last week. They don't love what they loved 48 hours ago. So it's just this never ending struggle because we have food, we have options, we have so many ingredients in our house, but they all require so much effort. So
Ugh.
my overall is dinner isn't about eating. It's about decision fatigue in a cute kitchen, hopefully. And guess what? Tomorrow we'll do it all again.
Oh, girl, preach.
So
Preach.
it's just
You so nailed something there. Like, for real. No one listening cannot relate to that. It
God.
is a constant, it's constantly on the mind, it's constantly on the lips, and then it's forgotten as soon as it's over. It's
Yeah.
just gone with the wind.
Breakfast and lunch don't feel as like hard, but dinner feels hard.
I agree with, first of all, I think as Americans, dinner frequently is the meal we have the most time for, right? Like culturally, we don't do the big meal in the middle of the day. We do the big meal at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So feels like we have the most time. So then we put pressure on what it is. And then also, like in the morning, there's limited options. Like this is not 1955. We're not living in Mad Men where you're getting eggs and bacon and hash browns and shit. So
No.
the options are endless for dinner.
All right, what's yours?
Okay. I want to shout out to the hype friend. That's what my micro manifesto is about. I love the friend who doesn't do polite encouragement, who doesn't do the participation trophy of friendships. If I walk into a room, don't give me you look nice. They give you have dropped a surprise visual aesthetic album. You are queening, you are voguing. It's everything. I love the hype friend. Full scale PR department. She is an icon. I think we're a good group of hype friends, but there's one standout hype friend. Maybe two.
You?
I think you're no. Oh, I don't think me.
Yeah, you.
I think Miley.
Oh, Miley's a great one. She is
Miley is
absolutely.
Premier
Yes.
tier hype
But
friend.
See, that's what's funny though, is I thought I would have said we're all great, but like I would have said you and Miley. I mean,
Oh, no, I
'cause
would have
it's-
said you and Miley. I was like, Miley.
Raina, we love you too.
Rena is just more like put together. She's composed. She's a
but
composed human.
she also does it and she gives it to you straight, but she's never mean about it. Like ever.
Never.
There's like not, I mean, I know there's a mean bone in her body, but like not to us. And she can say the harshest thing and still make it sound really kind.
She can. She can. Also, she's really ridiculously beautiful, and that helps make soften any delivery message that she's giving.
She's
I'm like,
stupid
oh,
pretty.
okay. Thank you for talking to me. You're so pretty.
Thank you for being my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
It's truly how I feel about
all of us. I feel that way about you too.
All of us.
I love the professional hype friend. She's not a vibe vampire. She doesn't give beige energy, and we don't want beige.
And she gives it unexpectedly too. I was gonna say the one Miley, like she doesn't. It's never like expected. It comes at the best times, the most needed times when she just feels it.
She knows. She's that girl. Shout out, Miley. You're this week's Micro Manifesto.
Whoop whoop. We love you.
I know Alex loves the Micro Manifesto. My favorite is when we ask each other random questions based on completely made up scenarios. So, first question/scenario. You have been given the legal authority to ban one minor social inconvenience forever. Like an example, people who don't merge correctly, people who reply all to emails, people who walk slow on sidewalks. There's a theme there for me, I guess. And not only do you get to ban this inconvenience, you also get to decide the mandatory sentence. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I can go first, but you already nailed the one that I have a thought on one of these. So,
okay, go for it.
Okay. I think that when people, A, either reply all to email saying, please remove me from this chain because they're not supposed to be on it, or B, I think we should just, if somebody's just sending a informational email, there should be no need to respond to it. Like, you don't have to respond. It's okay. It is okay to just take it, and not be considered rude for not being like, okay, got it. Like, I turn on read receipts if you need the okay, got it. I don't know. But like, I am I hate just having to reply to emails just to say thank you or okay. And I think if we could just do away with that, that would be great. And then the people who have that expectation, they get set forwarded they are copied on every email going forward. They are part of the reply all.
So here's my confession. I have watched exactly one episode. Season 1, episode 1. We are all the way through season 3, meaning it's been released. And
it's over.
Oh, it's fully over. Oh, okay, perfect. I can actually commit to this then, because what I can't do is be into some show for 7 seasons and not have resolution. Okay, this is great news. So I already, one episode in, I feel like my brain is melting down and an intervention needs to happen. And I have so many questions. But what I do know is I'm going to be waiting for my final thoughts until I actually get further into the show. Will I get all the way through 3 seasons? It's unclear. But Alex loves this show. And I have to ask, payoff worth the blood pressure spike? Because the blood pressure is ratcheting up. It
is. You will want to finish it.
Okay.
You're going to want to finish it.
How long will it take me to want to finish it? How many episodes do I have to get through?
2 or 3. I mean, because they give a lot of, they don't claim they're Easter eggs, but like they give a lot of clues as to what's happening throughout. And season 3 actually wraps it all up. And the fact that I can tell you right now, there are not every question is answered, but the big ones are for the most part.
Okay.
With at least the main characters, you're going to want to know how it ends. Because...
Okay.
But what I can tell you is this show was hard for me. And I mean that because if you've seen the first episode, you see that Stephen DeMarco is a manipulative, emotional vampire. And you'll get to see his background, and there's some people who are out there who have empathy and say he's misunderstood. What he has done is he has been through a lot of shit in his life, but he has gotten no therapy for it, and he just lashes out at the world and blames, and it's everybody else's. He lives in survival. Like, he is kind of like, I will survive whatever I have to by whatever means. Like, all ends are justified to me because, I can do whatever I want as long as I get to the end that I want. because
Yes.
he's been a survivalist. So that's where I think people say he's misunderstood. However, you don't get to go out there and be again, an emotional vampire, a manipulator, and screw over friends and family and whoever's lives just to get the outcome you want because you're unhealed. Sorry.
Right.
I don't love that. I've lived that. I have lived that life. And everybody else pays for your mistakes. And most of the time, that person gets away fucking scot-free or pretty close to it. They are not faced with the consequences of their actions. Everybody else pays for them.
Right.
What
100%.
I think gets missed in this is the entire show is a trauma loop with good lighting. Like everybody's trauma is toxic.
Oh.
Like everybody is toxic, and I shouldn't say everybody. 98% of the characters are toxic in their own way. Some of them learn from it and do better. But what I think it points out is that everybody, no matter what people are doing, everyone has a past and everyone has pathology, and everybody and it obviously exaggerates some things, but what I do think is that it puts emotional abuse at the forefront. And I appreciate that from what I'm going through personally, because usually it's discounted. If there's no bruise, if there's no cut, if there's no anything, people don't understand who that person is that's doing the abusing. But also people don't understand why people stay in those relationships. And it does a good job of showing why people stay. Because you are manipulated. You do believe that if you make one wrong move, this person's going to come after you and ruin your life. Or you're afraid of the outcome of facing up to them. And so people will give Lucy a lot of shit, saying she's dumb, she's whatever. She's not. She has been gaslit.
It's probably easy to say that from the outside.
100%.
Everything. She doesn't see what she's not experiencing.
It doesn't even, here's the thing, it doesn't even matter from the outside. When you're in it, when you are truly in it, that person puts you so high up. They make you feel like you are the queen of the world. Okay. While also slowly breaking you down to be like, nobody else will want you. But you are so great. I see how great you are, but nobody else will. So you feel like they're the only one who could possibly want you with all the mistakes you've made or with all the stupid shit you've done. Because somehow they get you to tell them your deepest, darkest secrets and all of your insecurities in the name of love.
So that they can
but then they can use them. So do I think that she needs some big therapy too? Abso-fucking-lutely. But I think she's misunderstood the most. And people shouldn't think she's stupid because she does a lot of things and she does some stupid things. But she is not stupid. Okay. She has been manipulated. Her confidence has been completely shot. And she deserves love. Just like we all do.
Aww. Lucy deserves love. Her name's Lucy, right?
Her name is Lucy. But and I don't know that the show emotionally gets better. Like it actually probably gets worse. But you get better at seeing the red flags as they're coming or knowing what the kind of see what's going to happen. And it's what hooks you though, because they conclude enough with leaving a little bit more that you want. Like they wrap up certain things, but still leave you hanging on other things. But there's always a little bit more that you've gotten by the next episode. But
classic show, well-made TV.
Yeah,
it's a little bit addictive.
100%. Nothing in the show is about romance. Nobody should look at this and be like, this is a love story. Nobody should look at this and model relationships after it. It's ego, it's attachment wounds, it's projection, it's immaturity. And I love that it's out there again because I think it's highlighting something that a lot of people don't understand. But it shouldn't be entertainment. And it should be required watching for emotional abuse. Like infomercial, like that's truly, I wish that at the end of it, there was a breakdown with like a psychotherapist, like truly to say like, here's what's actually happening. And these are the patterns they're repeating and why.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is
That was a
my soapbox.
hot take and a deep take.
Yeah, there's a lot there. It's not just a hot take.
Okay. Can we please have a moment of silence for the word peace? We are all searching for it. Most of the time, when we say we want peace, most of us actually want control. We want the schedule to align, the people to behave, the universe to stop being so unpredictable. I don't think we want a Zen garden. We want a kingdom with only one remote, and we hold it. So, Alex, let's get into it. When someone says they're protecting their peace, are they actually just trying to make sure no one disrupts their very specific, very rigid plan for the day?
Probably.
Probably? Okay.
I mean, I don't.
What do you think that's about?
When people are saying they want to protect their peace, they just don't want people to argue with them. They don't want to have to defend it anymore. They just are saying like, look, I've given you all my thoughts. I've told you why this is important to me. I don't want to deal with having to look at it from any other point of view. I don't want to deal with having to deal with your schedule. I don't want to deal with anything else. So I'm protecting the peace that I have created, or the illusion of peace I've created, with the control that I have. Because in that,
control feels safe, right?
100% control feels safe. How control feels safe, because then you know what the outcome is going to be in your mind. Yes. But you're wrong, because nobody, again, the only people that can do stuff like that are people that you pay, and even them, they don't do it the way you want them to. So it's just.
And sometimes I feel like people take the unpredictability of life as one of two things: personal failure or personal attack. Like they go into a victimhood place where it's like the world is stacked up against them. And that can be so, I think, dangerous to emotional well-being, because that chip on the shoulder gets bigger and bigger and bigger with each thing that doesn't go predictably.
But yeah, because then it's like they were wrong and they have to admit failure in their mind. They are so focused on aligning their worth with the outcome that they are afraid of what it looks like if it doesn't look like that. Like they think everybody else will think they failed too, and they didn't. Like honestly, most people don't even care what you're doing. Like truly.
They really don't. They really don't. This veneer of perfection, nobody notices it. Yeah. Except for oneself.
Yeah. And I am a recovering perfectionist, because it does feel safe. And when you are always like applauded and encouraged for being the good one, the quiet one, whatever it might be, the doing it all right,
the cooperative one, the leader,
all those things, you get this perfectionist mentality, and everything that comes at you that's not how you think it should be feels like either criticism or that you failed. And that is hard. And so I get it. I get it. But also, when things don't go your way, how often is it really a bad outcome? Like, and I mean that,
never.
Like, it's like, maybe it didn't go the way you thought, but maybe there's a reason for that. And you just haven't seen it yet. So
100%. What about the martyrdom of the strong one? I feel like you and I have touched on this, but you have a little bit more to say.
Yeah, we've both been probably accused of, and I say accused, it's a strong word. We've both been burdened with, maybe.
Yes.
Being the strong.
I don't mind burdened or accused. I think both are true depending on context.
Yes, for both of us.
Yes.
Or we get labeled as the strong one, and it's almost celebrated as well. And that means that you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders for everyone. And it's like, and you can kind of live in it being like, well, I'm the strong one and I have to do this. And you can martyr yourself to a degree, because then you don't have to be vulnerable by saying, I'm the strong one. I can deal this. I can handle this. But it comes from a place of not trusting anyone, in my opinion, right? Like you don't trust that someone's going to do it correctly, so you have to do it yourself, because if they do it wrong, then
Oh, interesting.
it's also a reflection of you, or like then you're gonna have to go clean up their mistake rather than just letting the dishwasher run once with it not being looked correctly. That was a very minor example, but like honestly, I think sometimes we do carry it all because we're also afraid of asking for help, because if someone says no, that feels worse than not asking and just doing it in the first place. So you become the strong one, because that's rejection then, right? Like even though it's not, when you are in this mindset of I have to do all of these things in this way for whatever reason, I need to be the one that does it because I am the strong one. If I then look to somebody and say, hey, can you help me with this? And for whatever reason they say no, they're saying, I don't have time for you. I'm rejecting your need for help. Where it's probably like, hey, and that feels bad.
I see it differently.
No, that's in the mindset of like being the martyr. So that's why you don't even ask for help.
Yes.
But that's the
martyr mindset.
That's the martyr mindset, is I'm just going to do it because, or I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I don't want to feel this rejection wound. I just can't deal with the no. So I'm going to keep it all as if I do it myself, it's all a yes, because I'm saying yes to myself.
I see what you're saying.
That is kind of where and then if you do start asking for help, you make it into a way that you're like almost guilting people into it or manipulating people into it when you're being the martyr. Because you're like, I have done so many things. I'm how could you not help me
like
with
you're
this?
counting. There's a checklist.
Yeah.
Of all the things. Okay. Now, from there, I think we have another spin on this where people are going to feel attacked. It is the intimidating versus unapproachable paradigm. People are like, what was her name? The girl from Transformers, Megan something or other.
Megan Fox.
She is kind of in my memory bank, the person that I think of who said, oh, girls didn't like me in high school or whatever because I was intimidating. I think that it's entirely possible that the person who thinks they're intimidating is actually unapproachable, and that there is conflation between confidence and defensive energy, because true power, real power, is open and doesn't need a wall to be respected. Strength doesn't make people feel like they're walking on eggshells. It's very much like intimidation is the barrier. If somebody thinks they're intimidating, they're putting up a barrier. So as someone, you, who are I think a professional hype friend.
Thank you.
Can you tell when a woman is actually confident versus when she's just wearing her barrier face, the unapproachable face?
Yeah, and I would say yes. And I actually had a work friend who was like this, that everyone thought she was really intimidating because she was just she just was brash. But it was just how she talked. She talked loudly. She didn't sugarcoat anything. And people were genuinely afraid of her, like to the point where she had candy on her desk to encourage people to come and talk to her because, like, nobody wanted to. But, like, what she was is she was confident in who she was. And she didn't really care to change it for people. And she was not mean. She was not rude. She just was who she was. And she, like I said, we were good friends, like really good friends. But also because I didn't take it personally. I saw her for exactly who she was. And I didn't take her directness as harshness. Because I mean, also we're at work. Like, you don't need to sugarcoat.
Yeah, work is different.
But like, and that's just how she was. But she was a lot of fun. She was a good, like, we had a great time. Like, so I think I can tell the difference between someone who is abrupt, or I should say intimidating on purpose, like, or intimidating because of their confidence. Like, ooh, they're just, they're kind of, I've been accused of being intimidating, which I thought was the funniest thing. Like 5'2" something by
you don't have to be physically large to be intimidating.
No, apparently not, because I was training a guy at work, and I got feedback that I was intimidating. I still have not figured out how, because I'm very kind. I was sweet. But I also don't tolerate people who ask the same question multiple times and don't write down what you tell them. Because then you're wasting both of our times, and I'll be nice. I'll be like, can you write that down now? So that you don't have to ask me again. But that usually takes like 3 times. So I wouldn't, if you just can't depend on me on how to do your job if you're not going to try and learn it. Anyway, that being said, I think people who are unapproachable on purpose.
Okay.
I think they want to be unapproachable. I don't think they want, I think intimidating is because they're confident and they're holding their own, and people who don't know how to live up to that energy might feel insecure. But I think people who are unapproachable, it's because they want to be unapproachable. I don't know.
Okay. I think they're one and the same. I think they're one and the same.
I love that I love that we have different thoughts on this.
I too have been accused of being intimidating. And outside of a professional context, professionally, different story. Not even relevant. Like, I think we both work in spaces, areas, industries where we might very well be the only woman taking in that space, in that room, on that project. So different context entirely professionally. Outside of that, socially or even amongst like the community, I don't think anyone would accuse you of being intimidating / unapproachable. I don't think so. Just because you're a friendly, outgoing, like social person. And that's where I think that intimidating and unapproachable are one and the same. I think the person who is socially intimidating is, as you said, you said they're choosing to be unapproachable when they're unapproachable. I think that they're just getting the benefit of the doubt and being called intimidating when in fact they are choosing to be unapproachable. Okay. Last and final words of today. As you should, as you shouldn't, but probably will anyway. What do you have for us, Alex?
Mine's going all the way back to dinner because it's really been a pain point of mine lately, if you can't tell. So as you should, if you're in charge of dinner, pick the dinner and move on. Not every decision needs a panel discussion. You're allowed to say we're having tacos and let that be the end of the democracy for the evening. Decisiveness is not control. It's leadership when you're in the kitchen.
Decisiveness is not control. It's leadership. I love that.
I mean, maybe I have some control issues, but I'm so sick of it. A long time ago, I used to say my life is not a democracy. I'm the empress. I am the queen. We can all move on now. Like, I don't need your opinions anymore. And so to that, as you shouldn't carry the emotional weight of everybody else's cravings. You are not responsible for managing everybody's, I don't know what I want, but I don't want that energy. So just leave it alone. Let it go. So, but you know what? You probably will anyway, and you're going to order DoorDash and be the short order cook. So whatever, at least then you've decided to do those things.
Yeah. So. That was so good. Okay. Mine are not as funny, unfortunately. So as you should, practice the art of strategic softness. Realize your presence is powerful enough. You don't need to build a wall to protect it. As you shouldn't, internalize the unapproachable / intimidating label. You don't have to dim your light to make other people uncomfortable, but you also don't need to use your brilliance as a shield to keep people from seeing what's real. Okay? Like your achievements and your professional success and your lovely stuff, if you're a stuff person. The softer version of you underneath those Celine glasses, it's okay to let her shine. Lastly, the thing that you will probably do anyway, you will find yourself correcting a situation that wasn't actually broken because you saw a more efficient way to do it. Just take a pause, sip that soda, and realize you're doing it, and decide being right is just a form of self-care that we can keep to ourselves. Emphasis on self-care. And that's all.
Thank you, guys.